Okay guys, we've got a 10 by 20 canvas, Artist Loft Brilliant Magenta Floetrol, Artist Loft Brilliant Blue in Floetrol. This is Artist Loft Lemon Yellow in Floetrol. And then this is Artist Loft Floetrol White in Floetrol. There's actually no water today. And here's my ratio. I do 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint. And I eyeball it, I don't measure. And then you want your paint to pour off in a ribbon. If they're any thinner than this, I feel like they flow too much. And you can lose what you've got on the canvas. So you don't want it too thick and you don't want it too thin. I do not use silicone or any other additives in my paint because I don't like the look of too many cells. That's just a personal preference. It's a matter of taste. If you love cells, use something with silicone or dimethicone as the only or first ingredient. A lot of people have been having success with different kind of hair products and stuff. I bought this when I first started with $6 on Amazon, so not expensive. But I've tried it and I just wasn't liking the amount of cells I was getting. It was too many. And I found that I could get a few that I liked the amount of with just Floetrol and paint. So why add the extra ingredient if I don't really like how it's coming out, right? So that's my method. Take it or leave it. This is a very flexible method or medium technique, however you want to call it. And there are probably some wrong ways to do it, but there's also a lot of right ways to do it. So a lot of people have different formulas, different recipes that work for them. So try not to get hung up on the perfect or what's right, because a lot of different people have a lot of different ways of doing it and they get beautiful art out of it. The point of art, in my opinion, is to be expressive and to just be creative and try things out. And not everything works, but if it works, cool. And do more of that. So this is my white, this is my background or my negative space color. It is, as you can tell, quite a bit thicker than my colors. And I do that on purpose because for me it gives the thinner paint something to disperse into, and I like that effect. So I've been trying different ways of trying to encourage the lacing effect or feathering. And so I've been leaving my negative space colors a little bit thicker than my actual colors. So let's get to the fun part. So on Miriam's Nature channel, she does a lot of rainbow stuff. She does a lot of primary colors. So pink technically is not a primary color. It's actually supposed to be red, but when you mix these 3 together and using red, you're more likely to get brown or gray or mud. So in trying to avoid that, I'm going to use pink. And I've seen her do that a few times too, and she has some really beautiful effects. So I got this idea from her. Start with white, and then I'm going to layer these 3 together. Now typically I would not use all these three colors together in a single pour because of getting mud. Just not something I want to do with. But she has some pretty good results, so I'm going to give it a shot. Oh, I did add some interference blue from Golden to my brilliant blue. Oh, before I forget, so underneath my setup to kind of catch any drips and stuff, I've got just a regular cooling rack from the kitchen, and then 2 foil 13x9 baking pans. The excess paint, when it dries, peels really easily off of these, so you can reuse them for a while. Okay. So and some white to my background. And a palette knife. I like to add white to the background, or whatever your negative space color may be, because it helps the paint, the colors you're adding, to flow a little bit better. And if nice, neat, round, crisp cells are something that you're going for, you don't want to have to tilt too much, because that can distort the shape of your cells. And I like it when my paint goes over the sides, and this also helps with that too. We did have some cells pop up. Actually, quite a few cells pop up. I really like this section, but I'm not so crazy about this section. But I do kind of like these striations. Okay, so what I've got is a 14 by 14 square canvas. Artist Loft Brilliant Magenta and Floetrol. Artist Loft Brilliant Blue, Golden Interference Blue, and Floetrol. This is Artist Loft Lemon Yellow and Floetrol, and then White and Floetrol. This is a little bit of an experiment, so we're gonna learn together. I think we're gonna do a flip cup.
Your Jello gravy.
It's Jello because it's real. And come in a stinking jar.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Which makes it smart white, but we'll see. Okay guys, I wanted to quickly jump on here and show you what these look like finished and varnished. And I used a combination of Liquitex Gloss Medium, or Gloss Varnish rather, which I don't have anymore throughout the bottle, on this one. And there is 2 coats on this one. And kind of doing the video for this, I was thinking I wish I would have taken the straw and done a little more through here and pushed it up into this corner. Like I did with this little section here, I wish I'd kind of pushed this up a little bit just to see kind of the effects I could get. But I do really like how this turned out. I like the variation in color. And I like how bold the colors are. And the Artist Loft Brilliant Blue is one of my favorite colors, period. The Magenta is not a strong color. So I found that I had to use more to get a payoff from it. So I am looking for a different magenta to use because that one just isn't, it's just not strong. And I like bold color, like a lot of bold color. So yeah. And there's a lot of discussion in the different Facebook groups about cells. How do you get cells? How do you get reliable, beautiful cells? You can get cells without silicone. It's just the way the paint layers. And I'm not a scientist. I don't know the terminal lingo for that. But as you can see, there's no silicone in this, but I got cells. So it's my experience that it's depending on the density of your paints, which they're all a little bit different because it depends on the pigments used in them and the ingredients in the paint itself, and then the way they layer. So you're gonna get some selling in it, kind of no matter what you do. And I'm not a big fan of the massive cells, so I don't like to use silicone. And you avoid having to clean it off when your painting's dry if you don't use it. So that's just a little bonus. But yes, there's that one. And this one was a dirty cup pour. So I poured it this section and then I wiggled it back and forth at this end. And this is the second painting. This is a 10 by 20, excuse me, 10 by 20. This one is a 14 by 14. And this one was a flip and drag. And when you flip and drag, you are allowing your negative space color, in this case it was white, to basically create a thin layer over the top of your colors. And so that's how you get all of this white over the colors. And there's more selling here, a lot more cells on this one actually than the longer one. But with using the three colors, you get more of a rainbow effect, and it's very variable. You're not gonna get the same painting twice, even if you're able to recreate all of the steps exactly, because the paint's gonna do what it wants to do. By and large, it's gonna do what it wants to do. So if control is something you need, this is probably not the hobby for you. But I do like the greens that I got, and this little rainbow effect up in this corner. I really like this one. I kind of wish I was trying to get it to kind of spread out a little bit, but again, the paint's going to do what it wants to do. So, and I did sprinkle some microfine glitter over the top of this. Not real heavy, so you can't see it just by looking at it, but you can see it reflect in the light. See, like right there. Like right there. There it is. So you can see it obviously a lot better in person. Duh. But yeah. So these would be really fun for if you have some younger kids in your family that you want gifts for. These would be really good because they're gender neutral by and large. I mean, kids like color, just color in general. And the pink and purple isn't too loud in these. Like, I have a 10-year-old nephew and he loves both of these. He was like, can I have those? But I made him pick from a different one. So he picked a different one. But anyway, so yeah. There's those. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate all of the comments and interaction with everybody, and I hope we are all learning something from each other. So, hope you guys have a great 2018, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.